What's going on, everybody? This is officially the very first episode of the Bobby Dizzle podcast. And if you like the episode you're about to hear, follow me on Instagram at BobbyDizzlePodcast.com. There is a website associated with this, BobbyDizzle.com, but nothing is on it. It's under construction, as they used to say in the early 90s. No sponsor yet, but if you want to do something for me, on my behalf, if you enjoy the episode, give to your favorite charity, or to my favorite charity, the Downtown Rescue Mission in Huntsville. It's downtownrescuemission.org. Let's move it right along to our first guest. Is going to be Derek Maynor, my pseudo co-host. He's a veteran, an Auburn fan. Don't hold it against him. And he's a dad, a really good one. Dad of the year. We discuss men's designer underwear, Fort Stewart, and becoming a dog catcher, and how is that done. Now that that's out of the way, all the introductions, how about we just bring on Derek Maynor and get this first episode started? How about it? Looks. Does it sound good? At least coming from my side?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm trying to keep my deviated septum from making me go the whole time. Sound like Trump in that thing last night.
Yeah, he was a little out of breath. He was a little heated, I think.
I think he had his fried chicken before he did that.
Well, it's not Cinco de Mayo, so we know that he didn't have his taco salad.
He didn't have his taco bowl. Best taco bowl ever. And we lost Derek. Where'd he go? He's still there.
I'm right here.
It was weird. It bleeped a little bit. I was like, dang. Anyway, I started recording. Let's see what it sounds like.
So it's recording right now?
Yeah, it's coming through.
So this is the first podcast.
Yep, I say we go ahead and do it. Make it happen.
Well, what would our intro music have been?
What, our intro?
Yeah, you got to have an intro music or like a little blurb. That's what Joe Rogan has.
I was going to do that in post. He goes, hello, freak. Hello, freak, bitches. He tells What does he go? He always talks about the Cash App and MeUndies and Casper Mattress.
He did Audible for a long time. I think now he's on. I don't get to listen to him as much, but I know it was always Audible, and there was like another. It was Alpha Brain from On It when he first started getting sponsored by On It. I listened to him a lot. I think now he asks everybody if they do DMT.
Hey, I realize you had a sorry loss, but have you tried DMT? Hey, bro, yeah, cool story. Tried DMT. Another world. Except for I listen to them all except for the MMA ones. I hate those.
Yeah. I feel like whenever MMA used to be like the same, used to be in the same iterations as wrestling. Like you'd have like one pay-per-view a month. Now, I think they would do a pay-per-view every other day. I can't keep up. Outgrew all of my Affliction shirts, so I don't watch them anymore.
Tap out. More like outgrow.
Bro.
Seems like all the guys he has on there for MMA now are the guys I've never even heard of. Like it used to be the same couple of dudes that Shamrock guy, and like I don't know anybody now.
There's always some sort of headliner. I will say the Elon Musk podcast was one that that was a good one that he did. I'm actually smoking marijuana right now and drinking whiskey. That's why I don't want to have my camera on.
Yeah, with your security clearance.
I got it. That's why the camera's off. That was a big lie.
I turned mine on even though I got all these old Christmas boxes back here still. A little embarrassing. I can't even get to my clothes.
I was pretty proud. My dad game's getting stronger, and I have a really good investment with the county. You can rent an extra garbage can for $5 a month. I don't know if you know this or not.
I've seen people with two. I didn't know what the problem was or what the deal was.
Well, I used to always think they're either rich or they're drug dealers. I mean, same thing, but I couldn't figure out. It's like, how are these people? Do they? Is there an orphanage at this house? Are they foster parents? Well, you get married and you realize that everybody orders shit off Amazon all the time. Now, my first way to combat this, being from Scottsboro, I had a burn barrel in my backyard. Well, I used to smoke out the neighbors' cardboard ash all the time, and I quit. Actually, that's a lie. My burn barrel rusted through.
I was going to say, did it disintegrate?
Yeah.
They usually do that first.
Yeah, it literally, I got it to the edge where I could barely roll it to the road. And of course, anything in my neighborhood, you get to the road, you can't make it to the backyard and somebody's grabbing it. They won't steal from you, but they'll do that. But anyways, so now I just I break them down and I put them in the uh, trash cans that I'm actual paying for now, trying to be legit and stay legal. So I do that, and before Christmas, I was like, look, if anybody has any trash in his house, I don't care if it's a Kleenex box, I don't give a shit. Give it to me now. I broke it down, I filled it up. Well, of course, after everybody was at presents, man, I was on my game. I had my box cutter ready, freaking jammed that sucker again. I was like, look, guys, everybody's got to be cautious this week. We're already at the edge, and Monday's a long ways away. Trash can years is kind of like dog years. That Monday takes a while. Takes a while to get there.
You ever forget a week? It's end of the world. Hear that rumble, the can go by. Oh, crap! Steal it.
I've missed maybe twice. Younger, hey, new homeowner, and having kids and a wife, and even at the time, my mother-in-law was living with me. Like, you miss 1 week, you're done. Like, that neighbor you never talked to at night, you have to go sneak shit in their garbage can. It's bad.
I've done that before. Almost did it this morning or this Monday.
Yeah, you have to.
Christmas boxes.
I wouldn't mind if I'm not using the trash space. I wouldn't mind if my neighbor, threw something in there every now and then. Because I flaunt it. I've got 2 cans. That's my rap name. 2 cans.
2 cans. I got the 2 green cans. That's hilarious. I always wondered how they did it. I didn't know if it was like you said, a foster parents or a rehab center, halfway house you didn't know about.
Yeah, yeah, you never knew. And then, yeah, that's what it is. $5 a month, I think. And I think you have to do like a 3-month contract. They make you at least keep it 3 months in the beginning. I'm going on probably 3 years doing it. One of the best financial decisions I've ever made in my life.
Or what about that? Back in Scottsboro, that Market Street rehab homeless center they put in, and everybody was freaking out about. Didn't know if it's one of them. Like, people breaking in my cars. Is there a homeless shelter around here?
You know what? That could be a theft deterrent, because if they think you have 2 garbage cans and it's not advertised you can really do this, people might think, hey, man, that's probably somebody who's well connected. There's probably, a bunch of rehab people living in there. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but, there might be some sketch. Somebody might be watching that, waiting on the methadone shipment to drop. So you got to be careful.
Well, up in, I'm getting my town skipped. Up in Knoxville, they had a new neighborhood, and my wife's cousin lived there. At the end of his street, there was a house that was completely empty. You could see like a table in there, but no blinds, no anything. And they said once a week, an SUV would park in there, and there'd just be 3 guys walk in. So yeah, the sketch was live. Somebody said it was the FBI investigation headquarters, like surveillance.
It sounds like an episode of Homeland. I think that's literally an episode of Homeland.
Yeah, or where Walter White cooked.
Yeah.
In a big yellow tent.
Isn't it? That's what I was about to say. Isn't it funny how no matter what you watch, everybody's easily influenced by something that intrigues them. You can watch Breaking Bad. You will get out your notepad and you will develop a plan. No matter how bad it is, you will think, fumigation tents. I need to call about those and see how many I can rent. Like, it's always, or I got to quit watching Heat so much because I'm like, how hard, how can I really grab something and go, So you got to be careful what you watch if you're too easily influenced.
I know that's the truth. I always watch too much Walking Dead. I'm like, if I had to kick this dude in the chest and then stab him in the temple, how far would this be? That's
true, but yeah, that's true. You shouldn't do it, and of course we're old, burned out dads. We won't do anything. We know better. We're not going any, we're not going to do it. But for that moment, you will develop a plan before that episode's over, and then
what would I do if they were coming for the family? I had to get underneath the floorboards. Had to find that hidden stack of cash I had up under the basement, even though I'm in a slab house because I'm in Madison County.
See, I'm not trying to brag again, having 2 garbage cans, but I've got this old 1986 tri-level. That's pretty. It needs some work done on it, but I have to think strategically. Well, what I do, I can't get under the floorboards. But I think you got to get downstairs and I think find my way out later. But is it worth it to your your bug out bag or your bug out vehicle?
Is
Or
it
do you
split
wait?
level?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's fancy. Got a bomb shelter in half the room in the bottom.
But it's kind of not. So it looks like it is. It looks like the Brady Bunch house from the road, kind of. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you kind of wonder like if the zombies were coming, what would I do? And then okay, after a few days, they say shit, people just finally calm down. Like these old neighbors you got, they're canning shit all the time. Is it time to go make friends, or is it time to literally go take over their house? In a friendly way. You got to try to be friends at first, but this old retired grandma behind you is going to have some freaking mason jars slammed full of green beans and probably some kick-ass pickles. Maybe even some of those pickles that she put some red hots in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if she was ever married, she's got a Henry lever action somewhere in there.
There's
That's
the
the
other
caveat
thing.
there. Every old man had a lever action something, or like one of those old Fox Stevens 12 gauges, side by sides.
Yeah. So you got to make decisions. Maybe it's
You
just
got to
best.
dodge at least 3 bullets.
Yeah. At least three.
You got to wait for if your old feeble arthritis can get that hammer back on that old Henry or Marlin. If any luck, it's a Marlin. You can just kick it. It's already rusted shut.
No, that's not always the case.
Mine are still good, but they're not the best. They don't hold up well in moisture if you're not cleaning them every so often.
I've got one that's stainless, and I've got one that's blued, and that's correct. You got to take care of them. I may or
Jeez.
may not know a guy that works for them, but
Yeah,
you
you
got
may
to
or
take.
may not.
Yeah, you got to take care. You got to wipe them down. They're good guns. Just got to take care of them. They'll take care of you.
I left my 30-30 behind my truck seat, and it rained for 2 days, and I was in and out of it, and it still hadn't recovered. That's
Oh,
been 20 years ago. I'm just gonna take some of that magic eraser and take all the blue off of it and wipe it down like make it look like an old musket. It's bare metal.
just get her Cerakote, and you'll never have to worry about that again.
Cerakote?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I was thinking. I always think Parkerized or Carterized. Carterized.
Cartero, that's an open wound.
Yeah, that's where you pour the gunpowder on your open wound and light it.
Or
Parkerized is
using
what Parkerized is what I'm thinking about.
or wait for the iron to heat up and do it with that, or a old fireplace poker. But the good thing about Cerakote is even if it rubs off the Cerakote and that Cerakote seeps in, it still protects your metal. I mean, even if it gets rubbed down the road and it gets all scratched, well, to a point, no, but it actually it'll protect even when it gets rubbed off. It seeps in the metal a little bit.
There ain't nothing better than stainless though. Wish all my guns were stainless.
I've got a variety. I can't decide what my favorites are, and it's costing me a lot of money over the years.
You could have favorite child pornography, so there's worse things to have. Favorite genre of that. Favorite flavor of heroin. I love the black tar.
These are topics I'm not dabble in on the podcast.
You never know. I think they can
Yeah,
tell.
you never will. We don't know what our demographic is yet. We don't have an intro song yet.
Well, we do, but we don't. I don't know.
Okay.
Hugh Tyler Wilson, Matthew Wilson from back home. He was in my grade. You may not have met him. His brother was Brad Wilson. Used to run track like a gazelle.
Oh yeah, he was that guy's. Yeah, he was a class ahead of me. Yeah, I played ball with Brad. I think we played like rec ball together.
His brother is a local songwriter here, and I told him
Oh,
I told him I told him to see if he could write like a one verse song for it because he's going to be on one of these days. I talk to him pretty regular. But he has 2 songs on iTunes now, and I don't know if they're copywritten and if YouTube would flag them, but I would like to have that.
right.
It's pretty good. Sounds like somebody from Scottsboro wrote it. Legit.
Yeah. Well, what's the idea? Is it going to be a banjo blaring on in? I mean, or is it going to be like something spacey laser sounding? Because or both. What can we do both? It could be there.
Knowing him, it'll be folky.
I think I kind of like folky. I think I like folky. Something simple and folky just to bring it in. Because it's almost like I do like how YouTube video. I like minimalist YouTube videos. Even Joe Rogan's intro. It's pretty short. There's nothing worse than a YouTube video that pretty much will play like an entire Creed song or something as an intro. It's just it's awful.
Oh yeah, and their theme song is an actual song.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I just want to see you make cookies.
If I see one more gun themed video that is having "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" play in any part of it, I'm going to slam my Chromebook against the wall.
That's like the official gun video.
I got an idea. I'm gonna play this song.
What's the other one? Shit. Something about my folks. Oh, light them up. That's another one in all of those gun videos. They try to build it up and they show them shooting it.
Yeah, people want to treat it like they're going to halfway educate you and have fun with you, like a Hickok 45 video. But yeah, they also want to have a Jerry Bruckheimer type cuts and music. It's very awful.
And then it'll cut to somebody with a lot of natural sound in the background and with a bad angle. Here we have the Taurus Judge with a 3-inch chamber. I want to show you what it does against a pizza box. Just that guy wearing white tennis shoes. We know
somebody's dad's using the camera he got 3 years ago for Christmas to make a YouTube video.
It's the same guy that's showing how to make ribs on a Weber.
Now that guy will have 80 videos of him cooking everything, even a frozen Tombstone pizza on that Weber. But he'll have his one gun video. He might even show you how to winterize your lawnmower. And he is rocking his Duluth Trading.
Oh no, that's what I was thinking of the Duluth fans.
I'm so old. I had a coupon code emailed to me earlier, and I was actually shopping on Duluth like right after work.
The underwear wasn't $50 a piece. That's the most expensive underwear on the planet.
I have, speaking of designer underwear, I bought some, I think they're called ex-officios. I don't know how to pronounce it. They could be French or Spanish. I didn't do good in either one of those classes, so I don't know where these underwear came from, other than I think Amazon. But anyways, they're like the same type material. I'm not going to lie, man. If you don't have any, don't do it, because once you get them, now here I will say this: that they last forever. But I bought like a pair of like Russell Athletic, supposed to be in their version. Had some pretty good reviews. Nah, man. Once you get up in that designer underwear world, I kind of see maybe how the chicks. I don't know if Victoria's Secret's still like what it used to be. Maybe somebody that wears bras can tell us. I don't know if things have changed, but like once you get up in that designer world, it's bad when it comes to underwear.
Well, closest I go to that's the X-Temp from Fruit of the Loom or Hanes at Walmart.
Yeah, that's
something that doesn't come in a bale.
Or if you get that, are you looking for the one pack? Like, I don't know if there was ever a time where you maybe even wanted to wear fancy underwear other than being a little boy. You wanted some sort of design, like you wanted a Transformer or G.I. Joe on it or the General Lee. But then you hit that age where you're just like, man, can we not just get like a 6-pack of underwear that maybe has like 3 whites and 3 blacks? Let's throw in like one random like cheetah print or something. They'll have
a seersucker in like blue. Like, what is this?
Or cats or something. It's like, what is yeah. It's can we not just keep it? This is dad underwear we're talking about. You just keep it very neutral colors. Don't mix anything.
Hey, since I graduated from boxers, I just want something that fits. I can't stand boxers now that I'm not 270 anymore. They wad up and everything I wear. It's terrible.
If boxers are just another pair of shorts.
Yeah, just like wearing 2 Umbros.
Yeah.
They're what Umbros used to be back in 98, 94.
That's your rap. 2 Umbros. Well, then also, there comes that time also when the cotton ones. Let's be honest, that weight hanging on with like a piece of dental floss on each side. It looks like someone literally rubbed it in glue and then rubbed lint balls all over it. But you'll wear them a little bit longer. Some of the higher end underwear now, the synthetics,
It look
they
like
last you.
look like a gymnast suit.
Yeah,
Like, why look like
what, like a unitard for your crotch. Is
yeah,
that what
with
we're saying?
the dad gut hanging over it. Hey, look at that.
Ah,
Somebody's sausage busted. Somebody's making
well,
cinnamon rolls.
now like a busted can of biscuits.
Yeah.
Now, there's one thing that goes away is that back boxers, you can slip out to the car real quick and get something out. Hey, the neighbors won't know if you're not wearing swim trunks or just some short shorts.
Yeah, with a
Unless you got
t-shirt that you can even bring them down like a couple inches.
yeah
Yep.
yeah yeah.
I've
The
gone to the
boxer
garbage
briefs,
can in boxers. Not even gonna lie.
yeah. Now boxer briefs, I got to make sure I got to time it right. It's got to be at nighttime, and I can know someone's going. The cars have already passed, and I've got this eternal street light out here that we usually go out once an hour for like 2 minutes and then come back on. It doesn't even phase me anymore. I don't think the county's going to do anything. But if you got on your boxer briefs, you got to be careful slipping out.
Oh yeah, they're total. They're underwear all the way. You can't fake those.
No,
Boxer.
no, not at all.
That's concerns that never would have bothered me 20 years ago. Hey, boxer briefs. Of course, I didn't want to have them that made them 20. I don't think I fit into it in 20 years ago. They would have slid
No,
down.
cut off some circulation. I've always I think I've been in more of boxer briefs than boxers, but somebody would always buy some funny boxers. I don't think people buy funny boxer briefs. Like if it's St. Patty's Day, you'd have a pair with like 5,000 leprechauns on it, or Christmas boxers.
Also, can you run in boxers? I don't know that I've ever exercised in boxers.
Yeah,
The Army does, I think, don't they? They always wear boxers. Weren't you in the
um,
Army?
yeah,
I can remember that.
yeah, the army. Yeah, I was in the army. The generation of PT uniforms. See, when I first got in, they were phasing out these old oh God, what's the nickname? They were pretty much like the gray, just army across the shirt, and then those shorts. As, matter of fact, this is when I got into boxer briefs because with those shorts you had on boxers, you're on the ground doing sit ups and stuff, man. I mean, you might have one roll out the side if you know what I mean. You got to be careful.
Basically, untamed. It's nothing holding them down.
Yeah, you will have one roll out on you. And
I
I
mean,
was in,
that's boxers in general. There though.
yeah,
Yeah.
boxer briefs. At least you kept them in. And I was stationed down in Fort Stewart, Georgia, outside Savannah, and everybody thinks that place is. Uh, I don't think Georgia in whole is the armpit of America. It kind of is, but Fort Stewart literally feels like you're living in an armpit during the summer. Savannah in general.
Oh no shit! I've been there. Our honeymoon was in Savannah in the middle of July.
No, dear God.
Yeah,
Um,
I can still feel it. We were just there.
Now, middle of July honeymoon is probably wintertime compared to that August and that September. I don't know what August in Savannah. It's brutal. But then wintertime, I've slept in a swamp whenever you literally can't drink enough water and you're just salt just seeps through your uniform. But I've been that thing when it has been frozen over and snow flurries. I don't. It really is the land God forgot. People call it that jokingly. I really believe that. I mean, some of those animals that live in that swamp. I know South Park had a whole man bear pig episode, but I think before I even heard of that episode, I think I seen one out there one night doing some land navigation. It's crazy down there, whole different world.
That was just a SCAD student that got loose
Oh my God,
from Savannah.
those sketch.
How
That was
far
the
away
first
is
time in my life.
Fort
Was,
Stewart from Savannah? It's like an
from,
hour.
no, it's like 30 minutes. I think it's not too bad. 30, 35 minutes.
And there's just nothing between Macon and Savannah. Not one thing. Fort Stewart, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, pretty much. When I would drive it from Scottsboro, going home on leave, yeah, you know your landmarks, and that landmark. But once you get past Macon, now this is, of course, not trying to make myself sound old. That Macon, if you feel like you might be hungry, go ahead and grab you something to Macon, or you might need to take a pee or something. You
Yep.
need to do it in Macon. There might be a rest stop on the way, but man, the longest haul of that drive would be from Macon on into uh, I think the Pembroke, Georgia exit's one I would take, and then got two
That's
speed
north of
tickets.
Macon, Pembroke.
Yeah, it would be north.
That's like the first one to come to when it's acceptable food. It won't get you shot. That first exit.
I think that would pretty much be the Fort Payne of Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're good to go. And right now it's probably not as big as Fort Payne now. I don't think it has a Chick-fil-A, but it's kind of that's what it reminds me of. To be honest with you, I got two speed tickets there in that little town by the same cop, and it's one of those towns where if they see that BDU, ACU, whatever uniform you had. See, a little trick I used to do. I always kept one hanging up when I was traveling because I was thinking, man, somebody's speeding, I'm going to get out of a ticket. No, that's not true, like at all.
Really?
So,
Pembroke, Georgia? Pembroke, Georgia's anti-army?
dude, they wouldn't be around. Yeah, I know, right? I know Georgia's even worse. Like literally, I think if you were just some dumb kid without any military look or affiliation at all, they'll let you go. For one, they know you're a GI, even if you're a dumb little private. But hey, that little $75, $150 ticket, um, that's a lot of money for a kid. But they know you're going to pay it. They know they're going to get it.
Oh yeah, it makes sense because they have to make sure that you can't actually not pay it and you'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
You'll get in trouble in the
they'll,
military.
as a matter of fact, I'll have to. I I got a ticket on a Labor Day heading back to Fort Stewart with the uniform hanging up, doing my trick. I got a Labor Day. I got some money added on. It was double because I was speeding through a work zone on a Labor Day, and I looked at the cop. I said, "Hey, I'm not trying to be that guy," but I was like, "I know it's a work zone, but it's Labor Day. This is the one time of the year where not a damn person is supposed to be working." There was
Nobody's
like
working
nobody
on
there.
Labor
I'm like,
Day.
Labor Day? I swear, true story. I got a ticket and doing doubled on Labor Day in a work zone. True story.
You can't make that up. They,
I swear, it truly happened. I truly that happened because of course I had to pay it, and I told my roommate, I was like, "You can't believe what happened." I was like, "It would have been like a $90 ticket," and I was like, "I got doubled," and they're like, "Man, you should get a lawyer. They can't do that to you." I was like, "No, work zone's a work zone, man." I was like, "Screw it, just send the check and go on about it."
you ever heard of the speed trap in Brantley, Alabama? The computer
Brain.
that gets everybody at 46 miles an hour, and it's routed
Hold
through a
on.
company in it's routed through a company in Ohio. It's not even from the state that you get it, or from the city when you get the ticket.
Is this the one where when you enter the city limit, they know if you make it to the other side of town at a certain amount of time you're speeding? Have you heard? Maybe I'm thinking of something totally different, but I think I have heard of Brantley. Where is Brantley at?
It's on that 2-lane stretch between Montgomery and Opp. You know where it's not
Oh,
an interstate and it's not a
yes,
highway.
yes, I know where you're talking
You go
about.
through
Yeah,
Mayberry, and you got to take like a 2 or 3 little stops, like you're actually like in downtown Fort Payne or something.
yes, I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes,
My cube mate got a ticket there, and then 6 months later, Rick and Bubba got a ticket there. 46
I
miles an
know
hour,
exactly.
every single ticket.
I know exactly what you're talking. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I for one think that's wrong. I mean, you're just taxing citizens there for nothing. I don't. Yeah, should they be speeding? No, but I mean come on. That's literally one step under what I was talking about, where these towns have uh, these radars set up on one side. Pretty much, where was this at? Probably Texas or
I've heard
something.
of toll roads that do that. Toll bridges. They don't have they don't have state troopers, but if you get the other end in a certain amount of time, you sped.
Yeah, there's a place pretty much like Gurley that would have a camera that takes a picture of your tag, um, And then whenever you get to the, if you were to pass the Piggly Wiggly, if you get there too quick, they know you sped.
The landmark Piggly Wiggly.
Hey,
If he crosses his
I'm
pig
proud.
lane.
They ran Walmart out of town. Well, Walmart kind of ran themselves, but they ran Walmart out, and then of course they created a super Dollar General with the gas pumps. But I'm
Are you
proud.
talking about Gurley now?
Yeah.
Now they got that wood chipper stoplight out there on the 4 lane. It's going to kill somebody.
Every day we go off site every day or lately we had some range problems at work, so I go down to shoot at the bottom of Granite in Cavern Cove, and I actually I've seen this morning. I literally it's at a weird angle, man. This morning I was there with my buddy, and I was like, hey man, can you tell if that light's? He's like, it's red, it's red. I was like, okay. And I wasn't like close to running and all, but there's something maybe of course nobody's going to be trained for it yet, but yeah, I don't know. And my wife actually got in a wreck at that intersection, but it wouldn't coming like from that way. But I don't know if they're going to have to put up some lights or some warnings ahead of that to warn people that red light's coming, because they're going to do something else. Because I'm telling you right now, it'll creep up on you. Even with the construction going on and the median being built, it crept up on me.
I thought they would have like those, those lights they put out with the solar panels on them that blinked and had the picture of the red light, and maybe have a state trooper there the first week. Nothing. It's dark. Do you see that red light in the distance? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. That's what's crazy is they put that red light there, but staying on local news, why there's not a red light out here on Doug Hill and 72 blows my freaking mind, because I know there's been a few fatalities there, and driving through here so much as I do for work, man, we're held up, and I have seen some wrecks. I have seen some near misses that look like the big one at Talladega.
You're talking about the next one down from Ryland.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is a horrible. That's 10 times worse than Ryland is.
Yeah.
And they put up that blinking light that doesn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, and the Ryland, now coming from Ryland Pike on the 72, semi-truck, for one, you shouldn't be able to cross and go left.
No. It's terrible. I hate those people.
I have emailed whoever the representatives are now, and I've talked to them in the past. For one, semi-truck shouldn't be able to take a right there, which I think that's going to be alleviated with that new little road right there. But yeah, the other people trying to turn left, I don't care who they are. I hate them with a passion. I want to fight them for going about their daily business because they're trying to turn left on that stupid road.
It's not big enough. They're putting in that random intersection down the hill there, but I don't know what that's going to do. Besides cause at least a couple of wrecks when it opens.
Yeah, that's I don't understand what's going on with that one either.
What was that guy's name that's proposing it? He just won the election, and that's his new thing. The new district guy around here.
Let me look. I got my computer.
Dollar General gonna get all kinds of business off of that. What's it? Windfall, and have windfall traffic.
Craig Hill.
Yeah, that's him. I wanted to say he was used to be a coroner or something, but that's Barry Hill I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Barry Hill been coroner since '60.
I know it's pretty common in a lot of cities, or a lot of counties. I know it's pretty common, and I think it happened up in Fife or Ider. It's just, and I might be totally wrong. These guys could be the greatest ever, but man, if someone's got that family funeral home in the county, and then they run for coroner.
Oh yeah.
Does it not seem fishy, or at least too much of a shoe in, or maybe I'm just overthinking it?
It feels like they're like, yeah, I've got this job anyway. It's going to create my own business, so I'll go ahead and make that happen. And do they have to get elected a coroner? I don't even know if I've ever voted for a coroner.
This last coroner race was pretty heated because Barry Hill and I forgot the other guy's name.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen like a competing candidate in 10 years of living here.
They were slinging mud. There was commercials. Oh, here's the other thing. The coroner, I think, in a lot of cases, is like the only person who has arresting powers over the sheriff. And also, if the sheriff gets arrested or die, that's your next in line for sheriff in a lot of places. It's not senior deputy, it's coroner. Yeah.
I thought they were just the dude that showed up in the van and rolled them out. You know, they had.
Hey,
I didn't. I just recently found out that the fire marshal could arrest somebody. So I don't know.
there's not a lot of jobs in the nation that literally, I don't even think you have to have a GED. I think you just have to be 18 and registered for selective service. You could be a coroner. You can run for it.
Talking about.
I think you can do that for sheriff too.
Talk about ruining your sleep patterns. Being a corner. Oh damn! Gotta go roll another one out.
Well, if you own the funeral home, do you wake up and think, cha-ching? I
Yeah.
mean, is it a...
Once
hey,
you go
people
ahead and
always...
get jaded, to all of that. Go ahead and get jaded to all the blood and the death. And you're like, oh, look at that.
That morticians, more power to them. I'm not knocking anybody that does it, but hey, it's more power to you.
I don't know that I could be a dog catcher with the traumatization they see, much less a daggone mortician or a coroner.
Hey, maybe I'm a little desensitized. Maybe I'm a prick. Maybe I'm an asshole. But I think I could go pick up a dead person instead of having to freaking put down a basket full of puppies or something.
Oh,
I think I could deal with a person better.
well, that'd be a whole different ball game there. I mean, like finding those Sarah McLaughlin kind of places if you're a dog catcher or something like that. In the arms of an angel, find like a one-eared basset hound that's been chewed up and beat.
They've been through a Rottweiler training school, and you got to go. Yeah,
had to put every one of them down because they can't be around another person.
That happens a lot. Yeah, you got to be that guy. Can you do that? But also, what's the I know the movie Friday. I mean, you come home and what do you tell your family? Like, oh, you need to go do the laundry. Well, I got bit in the ass by a dog today. Like, what do you tell people? Like, because that's going to happen to you. You're going to get bit by the things that hate you. I mean, if you're a coroner or mortician, whatever. Hey, the damage is done. You're there for cleanup. Hey, there's some cat up in a tree. Cats, I don't trust cats anyways. They're like women. I mean, you don't know what's going on in that head. I mean, you go to pet, that thing's just latch onto your face and dig in with nails. You got to go home.
Yeah, they've got 3 facial expressions. They all mean something bad.
We need to actually probably check on some of our animal control officers. They probably had PTSD like we wouldn't know of or imagine.
Yeah, what's Officer Don doing right now? I bet he is shook. Officer Don's listening to this right now. Preach it, brother. Preach it.
What do they do? Do they go to? I wonder if there's a home or something. The veteran. I'm sure soon, if my wife had her way, I'd be shoved off in the Tut Fan veteran home probably like last week. But I mean, where do dog catchers go? Do they have a meeting? Do they talk about it? Do they have support groups? I mean, you can't think about this, man. You get the ass ripped out of your pants. You just can't go to the bar and sit down and drink with the boys. Like, what happened to you today? Oh man, I didn't meet this deadline, or I had a machine crash. What happened to you? I had a Rottweiler rip my ass cheek off. I mean, ugh.
And isn't it one of those jobs that you get put in when you can't do anything else? Isn't that what dog catcher is? Somebody's retarded. Sorry, not retarded. We don't say retarded. That's one of those. Somebody's like degenerate stepson. Like, I'll get Levi a job as a dog catcher.
So I think what you're saying is like every county probably has that one commissioner.
Yep.
Who's got that nephew that just couldn't get right.
Or stepson. Stepson City there.
Stepson City.
Yeah, that's a stepson job there.
Now at the local tech school, you were really hoping that he'd really become some badass welder or something, but he just couldn't.
Charlie Daniels of Bondo.
Yeah, he just couldn't. He just couldn't get off that stuff, and he just couldn't. He probably knocked somebody up he shouldn't have, and you try to
get a drink.
Yeah, I think that's the last. That might be the last string that you could pull for that nephew, or whatever, to get him a job with some sort of pension. That's it. Like, man, yeah, you probably got to sit him down and be like, hey, look, what could this kid's name be? Probably Jimmy. His name's probably Jimmy. Look, Jimmy, you weren't my sister's son, I'd have you locked up.
You'd be dead by now.
This is it. We can't get you in the Army. We can't get you in the Marines. Being an astronaut's out of the question. So, you lost your job at the Dollar General. We're going to have to get you on animal control. But I don't want to do that. Well, you don't have, maybe that's it. I don't know. Hell, they probably make more money than me. I might need to look into it.
I gotta look this up because I don't know anything about dog catcher other than Officer Don from back home.
Well, here's the thing.
And you know how he got that job?
Yeah.
If it's gonna be the week of theme Scottsboro slander, I'm not gonna
well,
mention it though.
the here's the other thing. So if you're now in being it's 2019, I think they're animal control officers. I don't think we call them dog
Oh
catchers
no,
anymore.
yeah, PC. It's definitely animal control, kind of like game wardens or conservation officers.
Here's the what's the whenever animal control officer what's their next thing? Animal behavior engineer. What do we call them next?
Just
It's Huntsville. They will tag engineer on your title no matter what in the hell you do.
see, I'm gonna go to this. What are dog catchers? How do you become a dog catcher? It's like the natural sound effect.
Is there a tryout? I mean, like hey, I get here's your interview, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If you sit right there and told me that you could catch any dog and that you've got a degree in it and whatever else is going on, and you was a dog catcher at the White House, I don't know, like whatever. I don't want to hear you talk. For one, if I'm the head, see, if I'm the senior animal control officer, you better not wear a suit to my interview because we're going to go out back and I'm going to find that one dog that nobody wants to pet, nobody will adopt, and everybody's scared to put to sleep. I'm going to get old Chucky out back there and I'm going to see if you can wrangle up Chucky with that pole and lanyard.
The loner. Bring out the
Yeah,
loner.
that one dog that's been there for years, like you're scared to even, like nobody wants to adopt it. Nobody wants to pet it when they come in. Like even like, the trustees come in to clean the place up. Even the trustees are scared of it.
Yeah, they do rock, paper, scissors. See who has to go in there and clean up his litter, clean out his cage. I ain't going in there, man.
This
He ate my
one
whole
dog.
pack of cigarettes last time.
This one dog has built up a tolerance to the tranquilizer and the dart gun. You can't even put him down. You can't. You can't feed him enough Benadryls. That one Debo dog. They got one Debo that nobody wants to mess with.
And he's not even a big dog. He just got that stupid animal strength. I can tell what it looks like now. Every free Taco Bell puppy in the world, every flea market puppy in the world looks just like him.
Like they can't even trace one breed to him. They're like he might have some Shih Tzu in him, but I guarantee he's got some Chow. I think of a gray Chow with a scar on his face.
Oh yeah, like that English cartoon from Ice Age 3.
Yeah,
Had that big scar down his face.
and it won't bark until you almost touch that chain link fence. And when it does, it will bite. It'll start biting. Like you won't even know where it is. So where is old Chucky? Oh, you'll know. Wow, okay. And then just out of nowhere, just freaking mauling at the chain link
You
fence.
just hear the low rumble. Oh.
Yeah, like you don't even want to go back there. Nobody's allowed to go back there by themselves.
You have to do the lockout, tag out, to go near the dog.
You can't even. They don't even let you take your kid. Like you take your kid to the humane society, they don't even let you walk down the aisle with your kid.
Oh, he's in another room completely. They done winged him off. He's not even in the same one. Well, according to Google here, they're called dog wardens.
Now I think that's back like Robin Hood time. A dog warden. That's what I would think. That's from Robin Hood days.
Never even heard of that. So apparently, there's a certificate you can get.
How do you get it online?
Dog catcher education. That's the first thing. How to become a dog catcher.
This is a career you can go online and do.
Oh, guaranteed, it's just like being like an agnostic minister or something.
Hey, I'm actually ordained if you ever need me for anything. But
Oh, really?
yeah, you can do it. There's a couple of churches online. There's a church of Lebowski that I did.
What?
And there's a church of Lebowski.
I did know about that. I didn't know you could be ordained in it.
I think I had to pay like $5.95 to print off my certificate, which is pretty much the fee. Long story short, I had a friend who, like last minute, they were getting married and they'd actually spoke to the preacher and everything was on the up and up. Like the week before, the preacher was like, "Hey, I just heard that she's been divorced, and I'm not going to do it now." One of those type preachers.
Mm-hmm.
The one that goes into the ABC store, 5 minutes till 9, that guy. So he backed out, and my buddy was freaking out, and I was like, he's like, hey man, you're a pretty good speaker, and you think you can do this? And I was like, yeah. Well, I went and got ordained and all that. Come find out, in the state of Alabama, you don't even have to have someone that's ordained to sign the marriage certificate. But also, like, I think her family friend was like a legit like pastor, which was great because I had no idea what scripture or anything to read to perform this ceremony. I was sweating it.
Dearly
I was
beloved.
nervous.
Now, didn't you say something about that online one time? 'Cause that's not the first time I've heard that story about you being ordained.
Yeah. I think I'm ordained through, because I take it so serious. I should remember where I'm ordained at.
I've heard your wedding. I've heard that wedding story before from you before. I don't know if it was some other time we hung out or whatnot.
Yeah, it's true. It's a true story.
You're going to be maybe it was their anniversary or something, and you told the story then.
Might have been it. Getting old, I'm misremembering things. You can go online and do that, just like you can go online and be an animal game, a dog warden. But the people would further their education back in the day. You probably remember some of these commercials. Whatever happened to the guy
Sally Struthers
who became? Whatever happened to the guy who dedicated his time to a VCR repairman?
Hey, what's that guy doing now? VCR repairman? Probably hanging out with the paralegals. Paralegals. He's probably running the cables out there on Redstone. That's where the phone guys probably did. Sounds like their natural transition.
Maybe. I think every region in the country, like say we cut the country up in 4 regions. I think every region has a VCR repairman who is the one that survived, that is probably living in the biggest house. He can name his price because people probably have these old movies and stuff, and they want their VCR working. There's got to be that guy who can name his price. I always knew there was a VCR repairman when I used to come out of Redstone to PX. That's where I did all my school shopping. My dad was military, and we'd come to Huntsville, and go to the PX do school shopping.
Oh yeah.
You walk out right there on the right. For one, there's always been a GNC.
Yeah, in that little hallway there.
Yeah, there's a GNC. There's the Korean lady that does all the alterations. I don't think she's ever aged. And then there used to be a VCR repairman out there who literally had VCRs freaking stacked to, like, I guess you would call it his little kiosk area. I don't know what it would be. The dude he had like VCR repair glasses, like I guess jeweler glasses, you slide down and
yeah. Had the little flip down lenses to make them more magnified.
Yeah.
Like Geppetto.
Yeah. That's what they were. That's a profession that's gone. But I think if you're good at it and I think regionally people are going to do it, and they're dying. After those guys die, that's it, man.
the four VCR repairmen that are left.
Yeah, I think they're done. Well, even a TV repairman, I think TVs are honestly so cheap. Now I don't even know, and if you don't have a warranty or whatever, you'd have to have that come out and the old big screen TVs like they used to have in the old Genos.
Yeah, the kind you actually take apart and has stuff in it, and rasters and lights and diodes and whatnot. Those days are done.
And 8 light bulbs the size of your face.
Oh,
it weighed 3,400 pounds, and it took 5 minutes to warm up. And if you weren't sitting at the right angle,
couldn't see it. You see gray.
Yeah, you had no idea like who was batting for the Braves if you were at Geno's, if you were sitting on the wrong side. Like, you didn't know.
If it was 2 or 3 years old, you couldn't tell who was batting because the color wasn't there. It was all purple.
Yeah.
Everything was all faded to blue and purple. Geno's. Man. Those are still in the back.
Those things, I can remember actually helping move a couple of those. And it takes like 8 people in a forklift. And it's an all-day event. Now, I don't have one, but I think, hey, just you and your buddy can probably throw an 85-inch screen TV on the wall, like, in 5 minutes, my mind.
Up to, like, 65, the new ones, if you just bought it today and got a 65-inch TV, you can pick it up yourself. Easily. I got a 52 inch in 2008, 2009. I can pick it up myself, and that was still when they were as thick as a shoebox.
Yeah.
That's like when they were just starting to slim down, and it was $1,800. Same TV now is a price of taking your in-laws and your parents to Buena Vista. Same TV.
I think the one I bought in 2010. I think I've only got 17 more payments on it, and it's paid for. So,
paid $4,000 for this TV. Now one of the payments is what it would cost to buy it new if you had to replace it. I'm so mad about that sometimes.
I had a friend of mine bring up one day, Jamie Culver. He actually brought up the one thing that's going. There's one thing that's gotten cheaper in this world, cost wise, that used to be expensive. Like even if you think about inflation rates, pizza got cheaper.
Yeah, exponentially.
Yeah,
like you don't have to have money to get pizzas anymore. They'll just give you one.
They'll give you a free one, like a coupon for another one or something. I remember the Little Caesars doing the $5 hot and ready's in Auburn. I mean, dude, line going out the door all the time. Stayed busy, stayed moving.
I don't even think those have gotten any smaller or worse in quality after all these years.
Yeah, well, they couldn't have gotten any worse. The Little Caesars was a pretty big downfall of pizza quality. I'm an old. You talk about Scottsboro. I'm an old timer, and if you ever find this picture, I remember a Daily Sentinel. I think it was on the front page. St. Thomas. I think state troopers had to be there when our Little Caesars opened up in Scottsboro.
Really?
I remember that. I remember a picture of that at that shopping center of in the paper of like the line going down to like the J.C. Penney.
Where was it? Where did it used to be? Was it over by the old Walmart?
I
vaguely remember it.
It was by Kim Sons.
Yeah.
And Athletic Attic.
Yeah, it was in that when they first opened that mall over there, that little mall. Didn't they put a new one over there recently in the last 10 years? A new Little Caesars? Oh, they did. Yeah, over by Harbin's. Over by the Ford place.
Yeah, they did. That I remember that being a big event. I can tell you two other food events in Scottsboro, Alabama in my history that I remember in my head where I literally remember seeing the most cops and state troopers directing people because people were going nuts. The second one, when that Taco Bell opened up, I can remember. I mean, literally, I can remember a major highway being. I mean, you would have thought Ronald Reagan had landed right there. I remember the traffic was awful for days. Another thing is whenever Burger King would have 2 for night on Friday nights, I think, or Saturday nights in Scottsboro, I can remember people being directed.
What night? Two for night? 2 for 1?
Yeah, you remember 2-fers?
I barely remember like some kind of special at Burger King. I never went down that end of town too often.
It was buy one, get one free.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm talking, you'd see everybody from school, like in the back of their parents' cars waving.
That's the most Scottsboro thing. Fast food. You see everybody at a fast food place.
I mean, you'd see your buddies, and it wasn't even a question of what was for dinner that night. I mean, that was just, it's 2 for night. You don't have a choice. Did you eat a hamburger last night? Tough shit. You're eating another one. You're eating 2 tonight.
Hope you like mayonnaise. Like mayonnaise and a lot of lettuce.
And the next night, and we went for dinner. Well, last night they messed up our 2 for order. I wanted 8, but they gave me 16. So guess what? You're eating another Whopper. And, by the time you actually, got over the Whopper sweats, it's friggin' 2 for night again. So you'd be in the back of your dad's Buick looking out the window, waving at your friends. And you knew what everybody was getting, and don't try to get fancy and think you're going to get chicken nuggets or a drink. Like, I mean, you'll get a stern talking to. On the way back home,
get that water cup.
Yeah, on the way back home, what you would get is 8 cups of ice, and you'd have a Sam's Choice that you go down to City Park, you'd eat them, and everybody in Scottsboro would be there too. That's what it was.
Feed the squirrels and those ugly-headed ducks.
Yeah. Now, if you get caught trying to give a whole Whopper to a duck, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if anywhere in Huntsville ever had things like twofer, or people lost their shit when a Little Caesars opened up like we did. Probably not.
Now they'll lose their shit over the Chick-fil-A on University Drive in the morning about 11. I don't know about when it opened.
I'm gonna tell you something. If they ripped down that damn Hooters and put up another Chick-fil-A and kept the other Chick-fil-A open up, people will freaking fight to go into the new Chick-fil-A for no other reason that it's a new Chick-fil-A. I've never seen. I like Chick-fil-A. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had some right now. It's a cult following because people will go to another town and it's the same thing. Freaking parking lot is full of moms and Honda Odysseys.
Toyota Siennas in our case.
Yeah, Siennas and Odysseys just slammed, everywhere. And you want to order, and you let someone go in front of you because they want a refill, but they get like 8 refills for their whole family. That when this one down here in Hampton Cove opened up. Matter of fact, I think Bo had just been born, and we were like, let's get out of the house. And I was like, let's go to Chick-fil-A. I didn't think it'd be slammed. It's a Chick-fil-A. We've got like 30 of them in Huntsville. Nope. There it was. State troopers directing. I think news crews were everywhere. It's an event when one of those things opens up.
They were going to put one out here by us, off Winchester and Homer Nance.
Yeah.
But they said that they couldn't get enough wraparound traffic during the lunch hour, so they canceled it.
Wow.
Because nobody's in this part of the county between like 8:30 and 4.
Yeah. All day.
That's why Bo's Kitchen closed.
There's been Beauregard's itself's always been a disappointment for me. But that's one thing I've learned about this side of town. Like if you've had to take a sick day or a vacation day, and hey, you want to run to Publix real quick or something. I mean, back to what we were talking about earlier, you could go in your boxers and nobody would care. There is nobody like this town, especially when school's in session. I mean, this side of town, and I love it. I kind of wish I had a third shift job sometime.
It's
you can
mostly,
do whatever the hell you want.
Just like old retired folks and like white trash people who are on welfare. I don't want people that are out that time of day. People that don't work.
I think one of the last times I took a vacation day, I had to do something here at the house. I had to meet a guy. I forgot what it was for. But I remember I went and got like a haircut and an oil change and the grocery store. And I looked down, it was like 9:15. And I was like, oh my God. I was already done. You get home.
You still hear me?
Still there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After 55 minutes, it hiccups a little bit.
Oh, an hour's already went by. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah. I got my timer set.
That's cool.
Wasn't hard to do an hour at all.
No, man. We get to rambling on stuff and regional stuff, and I think we covered everything. We covered.
I took notes over here. I'm like Bill Burr. Got Amazon packages, double trash cans. We got Fort Stewart, Georgia.
Speeding tickets. Fast food events in Scottsboro, Alabama, and Greater Jackson County.
That was a good hour. We'll have to try it again next week. Nice little filler. I think we're doing.
We'll take a.
What was it?
No, I was going to say I'll start taking notes of topics we can hit. See, I could be like Jamie on Joe Rogan. I can just pull up stuff on the computer.
Young Jamie.
Derek, pull up that picture of that monkey farting, and I can have it ready on the big screen once we get the studio built.
I don't know if I told you about it, but I was going to had an idea to make a Sunday morning only show, which would be a Sunday morning movie review, and be like 30 minutes, and just be like the spoiler-filled Sunday morning review that people can listen to on the ride to church.
That's pretty funny. I'm going to tell you one of the funniest things. Comedy Gold. Adam Carolla. He used to do he had a radio show, and they used to do basic cable movie reviews, and I think this is still on YouTube. They did a movie review on Con Air that it's one of my hey man, every now and then I'll listen to it just kind of, they did like a 30-minute, I'm going to look it up. I might actually listen to it tomorrow.
Adam
They did
Carolla.
a review.
Hey, there's a timer.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. There's
1
Adam
hour.
Carolla basic cable movie review. Let me see if I can find. I gotta find it just so I can boot. I haven't watched it in a while. Where they review Con Air, Adam Carolla Con Air. Basic cable movie review. 11 minutes and 52 seconds is the video I see right here.
I know what I'm doing when I close this out. Got to fire that up.
Um, I think when it comes to things like podcasts and YouTube videos, it's just hard to not copy or mimic people because there's just a certain formula. But I would be down to figure out some way to we watch the same movie like Face Off or something, and then
Face off. That's what you came up with. Is the best part.
I was trying to think of like '90s, if that's I was trying to get in that same area as Con Air.
Broken Arrow.
So,
Don't shoot toward the thermonuclear weapons.
we can do we could do something like that. But I highly recommend Adam Carolla's. I'm gonna listen to it tonight too before I go to bed. Actually, I might get to laughing so hard if it's as funny as I remember it. That's another thing. You get old, you might think something was just freaking hilarious. You'll probably watch or listen to it and be like, man, this is sucky.
Yeah,
but it's actually pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Adam Carolla holds up for the most part. Jimmy Kimmel's not doing as well, but Adam Carolla does.
Yeah, Adam. He used to have a home repair show that he did. It was pretty funny.
Oh, I do remember that one.
Well, do I need to upgrade my? I actually just noticed you're wearing a nice headset and mic. Does this one sound okay, or do I need to upgrade already?
This is a. Let's see what brand it is. It's Samsung. I ordered them special for podcasting. I've got I don't know if you can see. I got this Ghost Hunters portable mixer, and you can plug the mics in the bottom of it. And that's what I use if I go on the road. But I've got the mics that go. I've got a little two channel mixer here.
Now I still think we need to do a live. Well, not live, but I still think the Wafflecast episodes will be a hit. Going to, we could even road trip up to Nashville somewhere. Go to a Waffle House, find some drunk bachelorette or something. Say, hey, can we just ask you a few questions for about 5 or 10 minutes? Will you be on our podcast? That even the Huntsville IHOPs, something we can find. We'll just have to like sleep or drink a lot of coffee and go to one of those and sit at like 1 a.m.
I'll know that I made it when we have a regular Saturday morning spot at the Waffle House on Shields. That's my
Waffle House. That's a good one though, because everybody's partying downtown, and then they come over the mountain because they don't want to go home yet. And there's that pink. I call it the pink skating rink over there on.
Yeah.
So there's the pinks. I think actually my stepdaughter asked me one time if that was a skating rink. I think that's why I call it the pink skate rink. So then there's the pink skate rink, and of course Waffle House is right down the road from it. So that's a good one. We'll hit up
literally a straight shot away too. Like one left turn or one right turn.
Man, there will be so many people there hammered that would want to talk to us. I can tell you this from experience. Like I know for like the one in Auburn, and I'm sure the ones in Tuscaloosa. Good Lord, you wouldn't be able to get out of there. It'd be annoying. It'd almost be too much. I think if you went to college.
You'd have to almost call your nuts there. You have to have like a cop. Have security. Or what was that other guy that used to hang out uptown named Biggin from Sand Mountain? Get that guy to come out. He probably.
I think every. I wonder if everybody's got every county's got a Biggin. I'm sure they do some variation.
Biggin or Bubba.
Well, there's that, and plus every city has a tiny that everybody knows, and there's only 2 variations of this tiny. For one, it's a big muscled up dude, and the dude's either black or he's white. They tried to tell me about a tiny at work one day, super cool retired Marine guy, and I heard he was like, "Yeah, go there and see Tiny." He's like, "Hey man, it's a big black dude." And I said, "Hey, I can tell you one thing you didn't have to tell me, and I bet
of course it is.
Like
I would have found Tiny.
Yeah, I guarantee I could have found the guy named Tiny. Guarantee.
Tiny looks only one way.
Yeah, there's only one way. Comes in a few shades of colors.
Never Asian and never Mexican.
No, never an Asian Tiny. Yeah, that doesn't exist.
can tell you what he's wearing right now. Ain't no sleeves involved. Sleeves are not in the picture.
There are no sleeves. No.
Probably got some skin tags we don't want to talk about. Tiny will have him a skin tag.
Those sleeves are being used by the kids for wash rags as we speak because he cut them shits out a long time ago.
They wouldn't fit on his giant arms.
That wouldn't even matter. He'd still cut them off.
Tiny thing is over the edge. I'm gonna have to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, we'll go another hour, and I gotta get Bo into bed and probably argue with the older stepdaughter. She probably, I don't know, no, not really.
Right,
But yeah, this was fun. I guess this is where we play our outro music. Give our shout out to our sponsors, Boarhogs Barbecue.
You got a Twitter account they can follow you? I don't even know.
I forgot the name. I just retweet to do contests. I'll have to have a new Twitter handle. No, I don't know.
Gonzo Tactical.
No. I'll have to next episode on that. No, I'll have to get verified by Twitter so I get like a check mark by my name.
You need a blue check mark. Mine is what is my new one's at Bobby Dizzle Podcast. Yep.
That it? Okay. So I'll have to do a Twitter. I have to get verified. People know I'm not ISIS.
Oh yeah.
We got to be careful what we and we don't want to be like Trump. A lot of bad. Let's just be honest. A lot of bad things happen on Twitter. Social media in general. We'll say that for another episode.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get. I can do this and get like known for my hobbies, then kind of go those directions. Kind of like Rogan does with bow hunting. I like to do that.
There we go. Well, sweet, man. All right. Well, I'll get off here. That was fun.
I just saw something on Facebook that was bad. What are you talking about? All right. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. And,
whatever you just seen, send me a link and I'll check it out.
I'll definitely send you a screenshot. All right, man. Peace out. We'll see you.
All right. See you.